Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, we're going to answer this permutation problem. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's have this first question. We have here 4 different math books and 5 different science books. The question is, in how many ways can the books be arranged on a shelf if there are no restrictions? So ito yung pinakamadaling sagutin kasi wala kayong restriction na kailangang i-follow. Okay? So, actually, hindi nyo rin kailangang i-consider na ilan ang math books, ilan ang science books. Okay? Ang alam nyo lang dapat, you have 4 plus 5, you have 9 different books. And you're going to arrange those 9 different books on a shelf. Okay? So, it's like you have 9 objects to choose from, and out of those 9 objects, we're going to take 9 at a time. So it's nice to recall this formula. This tells us the number of possible arrangements if you have n objects, okay, to choose from, and out of these n objects, we're going to take n at a time. Okay? So to get the number of possible arrangements, all you have to do is to evaluate n factorial. So in our problem, we have, okay, like this. We have 9 factorial because we have 9 different books. Okay, walang restrictions. Okay, so we just think of 9 objects. And we take 9 objects at a time. So that's why we have 9 factorial here. And what is 9 factorial? It is like that. Okay? 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay? Using your calculator, you should be getting 362,880 ways. Okay? To arrange 9 different books on a shelf. Okay, this is the same problem as kanina. Okay? So, let me teach you another way on how to solve this kind of problem. Okay? So, if you don't like to use the permutation formula, and you notice that the given problem is just arranging in a row or arranging objects in a line, okay? So, obviously, this is a linear permutation. Okay? So, kapag linear permutation, okay? So, for example, you have 9 different books here. So, all you have to do is to make 9 blanks. Okay? This is how the other solution works. Okay? So, for the first blank, ilalagay nyo lang kung ilang choices meron kayo. Okay? So, you have 9 books to choose from, right? So, ilalagay nyo dyan, 9. Now, sa second line, since napili nyo na yung isa, okay, for the first position, sa second position, you only have 8 books to choose from, right? Okay. What about dito sa third position? Ilang books na lang ang natitirang pagpipilian ninyo? There are only 7. Okay? What about dito sa fourth position? Nakikita nyo na yung pattern? You only have 6 available books to choose from kasi yung 3 nalagay nyo na dun sa first 3 positions. And so on. Kaya ganito ang magiging itsura ng mga numbers doon sa 9 blanks. Okay? So, essentially, ang ginagawa lang, binibilang lang kung ilan yung pwedeng ilagay sa bawat blank. Alright? And then, kapag nabilang nyo na, how many possible choices can you use for each blank, you are going to get their product. Okay? So, it's like 9 factorial pa rin, right? So, you should be getting the same value. So, why I introduced you this kind of solution? Because there are times that this solution works better than the permutation formula. Okay? Minsan kasi mas maganda na i-imagine ninyo yung permutation problem so you can easily deal with it. Alright? Let's now move on to another problem. Okay? Here, we still have the 4 different math books and 5 different science books. Ano yung iniba? The condition. Okay? We're still asked, how many ways can the books be arranged on a shelf? Okay, this is now the condition. If books of the same subject must be placed together. So, na-imagine nyo naman, right? So, for example, mathematics books muna. Lahat nung 4 muna na math books. And then, saka yung 5 science books. Or, pwede naman yung 5 science books muna and then yung 4 math books. Okay? So, here, we're going to use the technique that I taught you kanina about linear permutation problem. Okay? So, let's say we're going to consider math books first. We're going to arrange math books first. Okay? So, gawa ulit tayo ng 9 na lines. Okay? So, dito sa first line, ano yung number na ilalagay ko dito? Hindi na 9, right? Kasi uunahin natin yung math books. So, ilan ba ang math books? 4. So, ibig sabihin, dun sa first slot, sa first position, we have 4 choices. Okay? What about dun sa second position? Okay? Math book pa rin yan. Kasi dapat math book muna. Okay? So, we only have 3 choices. Okay? Kasi yung isa, napili na natin for the first position. Alright? What about dito? Ilan na lang yung choices natin na math book? 2 na lang. Okay? Tapos dito, of course, isang math book na lang. Alright? And then, when you get the product, ito yung number of arrangements ng mga math books. Okay? Magkakatabi sila. Alright? And then, kapag mag-move na tayo dito sa 5th position, dahil ubos na yung math books, science books naman. Okay? For this position, we all know that we have 5 choices, tapos dito 4 choices na lang, and so on. Alright? And then, we also get their product. Okay? Yan naman yung magsasabi ng number of positions or arrangements ng 5 different science books. And then finally, to get this, the number of ways can the books be arranged on a shelf, okay, such that math books first and then science books, okay, we get their product. Ito. Alright? Okay. And then if you check, it's like this one is 4 factorial, right, times 5 factorial. Like that. Diba? Itong 4 factorial, ito yung para sa math books. Itong 5 factorial, this one is for the number of arrangement of science books. And this is equal to 2,880. But this is not yet the final answer because this 2,880, ito yung number of ways kapag math books muna. Okay? Let's try the other way. Unahin naman natin ang science books. Okay? So again, we have 9 positions. Okay? Tapos, dito sa first position, ano na? Since science books ang unahin natin, we have 5 choices to choose from, right? And then 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we get their product. Yun yung total number of arrangements ng mga science books. And then, itong last 4 position para naman sa math books. Right? Ito yun. Okay? And then, we get their product para makuha natin yung total number of ways na ma-arrange sila such that science books first and then math books. Okay? So, if you check, it's equal to 5 factorial times 4 factorial. Ito yung 5 factorial tapos ito yung 4 factorial. And of course, if you do the math, this is also equal to 2,880. Okay? So what is the answer to this question? How many ways can the books be arranged on a shelf if books of the same subject must be placed together? All you have to do is to add the number of ways kapag math books muna and the number of ways kapag science books naman ang mauuna. And you will be getting 5,760 ways. All right? Okay, let's move on. What about this problem? Okay, still we have 4 different math books and 5 different science books. But this time, they must be placed alternately. Okay? So, I have a question. Can we have math book first, then science, then math, then science, then math again, and so on? Okay, let's see this pattern. Okay? Kapag inuna natin ang math, we're going to have this. Math, science, math, science, math, science, math, science, tapos science book na ulit. Why? Because we only have 4 different math books. So, ubos na by this time. Pero meron tayong 5 different science books. Ayan o. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, what do you notice? We cannot have this arrangement. We cannot have math book first. Kasi kapag inuna nyo yan, hindi alternately ang mga books. Kasi ayan o, magkasunod yung science books dito. Alright? So, we cannot have this. Okay? So, ano na lang yung pwede nating option? Unahin natin ang science book. Okay? We're going to have this. So, pwede na kaya to? Science, math, science, math, science, math, science, math, science. If you count, we have 4 math books, yeah, and 5 science books, right? Count nyo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 science books. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 mathematics books. So, possible ang arrangement na ito. Okay? So, let's use this technique again. We have 9 blanks here, right? So, for the first blank, ilan yung possible choices natin? So, look at this. We need a science book first. So, ilan ba ang science books? 5. So, that's why 5 dito. What about sa second position? Okay, balikan ninyo to. We need a math book. Ilan ba yung math books? 4. So, that's why we have 4 here. I used different colors para makita nyo kung alin yung science book at alin yung math book. Alright? So, yung pink, science book. Yung blue, math book. Alright? Okay, what about for the third position? So, balik ulit kayo dito. Science. Okay, science book. Ilang science book na lang ang pwede nating ilagay dyan or ilang choices meron tayo? We only have 4 books to choose from, right? Okay, what about here? This is the next slot. Ito, math book dapat to. So, since nakapili na tayo ng isang math book kanina, ilang books na lang ang natitira para pagpilian natin? 3. Alright? Okay. So, let's move on. Dito, science yan. Ilang science books na lang ang natitira para pagpilian natin? We only have 3. Okay? So, I hope you get the pattern. You will be getting this one. Okay? And then, of course, we need to get the product. Okay? And then, kapag kinulect ninyo lahat ng pink, tingnan nyo, you're going to have 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, that is exactly 5 factorial, right? And then, dun sa blue, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That is exactly our 4 factorial. So, this is equal to 5 factorial times 4 factorial, right? So, if you do the math, or if you want to use your calculator, or you want to do it mentally, you should be getting 2,880 ways. There are 2,880 ways, okay, to arrange the books, the mathematics books, and the science books such that they are placed alternately. All right? I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, And please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.